Well, good morning. Here it is. We've made it to Friday. It's Friday morning, and today, of course, is August the 23rd. And anyway, we're right on the threshold of a weekend. But I hope you had a great Thursday. I hope that you were able to maybe kind of start winding down, the week, and kind of looking toward finishing maybe things up today, and then on to the weekend. But I certainly hope and pray that this morning finds you feeling well, finds you hopefully you're well rested and ready to venture out and tackle the opportunities that God has blessed us with here on this Friday morning. It's gonna be a hot one, but anyway. It is August, and anyway, that's kind of to be expected. But anyway, this morning I want to share a devotional with you with just the simple title, "No Substitutions." There are different words that we use to describe people that indicate their relationship to us. I mean, for example, we describe family members as husbands, wives, sons, and daughters. And if someone is our teacher or pastor or doctor, we might describe them by their vocations. In Psalm chapter 91, we find an interesting presentation of the nature and the character of God. I mean, in fact, the psalmist begins by giving us 4 different pictures of God, 4 different words to describe the Lord. And each one gives us a different glimpse into who he is. Verse 1, it says this: "Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty." Now, the Hebrew word translated Most High is Elohim, which speaks of God as one who possesses everything. It's a reminder that God owns and possesses all. And then the psalmist referred to God as, the Almighty, which originates from the Hebrew word Shaddai. Now the thought here is that of provision. While it's wonderful to know that, God owns everything, it's also wonderful to know that He wants to provide for us. He's not only the living God, but also the giving God. And then in verse 2, the psalmist said, "This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust Him." Now, the Lord is translated from the Hebrew word Jehovah. Now, this is the word God gave to His own people, the Jews, which speaks of the covenant that He had established with them. He made promises to them that He intends to keep. But also in verse 2, we find the word God, which, from the Hebrew word Elohim, this term is plural. There are 3 members of the Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Now, when we put it all together, the psalmist is telling us that the all-knowing, all-powerful God who possesses, heaven and earth, is in a special covenant with you, and He wants to provide for your needs and for your protection. Now, among the promises contained in this great psalm, God promises that He will deliver us, He'll protect us, answer our prayers, and be with us in times of trouble. However, there are several times in Psalm 91, where the writer gives a condition, and then the promises follow that. For example, again, back to verse 1 again, it says, "Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty." Now, the Hebrew word translated "live" speaks of resting and remaining, with consistency. Now, essentially, God is saying, I don't merely want a relationship with you. I want fellowship with you. I want you to, be near me and remain consistently in my presence. Now, sometimes as believers, we substitute work for worship. We are so busy, doing Christian things with Christian people and in the Christian church that we forget about Christ. And then one day, we're suddenly feeling overwhelmed and burned out. There's a time for work. There is a time for work. And thank God for everyone who does work. Yet the best work always will overflow from a life of worship. It can never take the place of it. And that's why we are to worship our God, to worship Him every day, with everything that we do, and sold out for Him on everything. And so anyway, I hope that encourages you here on this Friday morning. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And remember, as always on Friday, I tell you, if you find that you're near Hydro on Sunday morning and you don't have a place to worship, come join us at Hydro First Baptist Church. We would love for you to come and join us in worship. But anyway, remember, Angie and I, we love you guys and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you soon. God bless you.